Not proper information, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
it's in
Not
the
proper
morning.
information, sir. I think we should have a WhatsApp group for this. It will be easy for us
You
to
need a which
disseminate
WhatsApp group
information.
again?
There is a WhatsApp group already.
We are not there.
Please share the link. Esther,
Okay.
please share the link.
I'm just even trying to check. One is ending with 1. How you are able to get 2 links?
Sir,
Maybe
I
you
was
should try and
not
delete
able
one.
to join through the e-learn portal. I
Attending
didn't
the
spend.
class for the first time. Please, if there's a WhatsApp group, can I have it? Thank you.
Please, I'm coming.
Please always notify us our email address.
WhatsApp group?
Email address.
I joined the class through e-learn portal now.
No, just to notify us that there will be lecture so day.
Because GST is much. GST per much.
Yes, you're supposed to be much. But what I'm seeing here is just 2 something. No. I'm coming. I'm just trying to see which of the link. The one that is not right there. Okay, I will see what
the first
I can
one. The
do
first
with
one.
it.
The first one is the one that's not right. The first link there.
I'm coming on.
Is what is not right. The first one.
One, 2. This one is right. 1 is the last one for. Oh. Okay, you know what will happen? After this class, I'm going to delete 1. Hello?
Okay.
No problem, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Better.
Thank you, sir.
So which one are we using now?
The second one.
The second one.
This correct one,
What?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Somebody should
Which is
post the link to me.
Okay.
Just copy it and post it to me so that I can have it and I can know the one to delete. Okay. So you are all welcome to the class today. You are speaking to Dr. Taiwo Philip Orebi.
Okay, sir. I just posted it now.
You are not seeing my face.
The link.
I'm coming on. I'm coming. I guess it's the network. So you are speaking to Dr. Taiwo Philip Orebi. I'm your facilitator for the course. So you are all welcome to the class for the day. Today we being the first class. The course is Fundamentals of Peace Studies. You are expected to mute all your devices so that you don't disturb others in the class. Please mute your devices to avoid interference. So you are welcome for the course. The main aim of the course is for you to have the knowledge of peace studies in every areas of your life. Some of you now, you don't even know when there is a conflict. Some of you don't even know what do you do when there is conflict. How many of you know what is even conflict all about? Huh? Hello?
Conflict means
Yes. How many of you know what they call conflict?
Disagreement.
Disagreement
between two
between
people.
or more parties.
Disagreement,
Disagreement
quarrel.
two or more parties.
Correct between husband and wife.
No, it could be from one person to another, maybe business partner, society, government. It can be personal. Right. The personal
Okay, so let us start. For the module 1, there is need for us to have basic understanding of conflict, and I will be smart as possible. Now, we talked about definition of conflict, and in the definition of conflict, we have to look at synonymous words that are connected with conflict. Number one synonymous word that is connected with conflict is fight, from what you know, quarrel, competition, disagreement. Which other one again? Anybody? Disagreement, competition, contestation. Some will say war. Which other one again? Some will even say aggression on people. That is also a conflict. Which other one again?
Argument.
Argument.
Dispute.
Dispute. Which other one again? You know the reason why I'm saying this? Your TMA, they may ask you questions like that, asking you that conflict has some other things that you should look at. That which one of them is it? So which other one again?
Crisis.
Disagreement.
Crisis.
So these are some of the synonymous words that are connected with conflict. But in general, conflict has to do with incompatibility in behavior between parties. Incompatibility in behavior. That is what conflict is all about. Incompatibility in behavior. Now, what do we mean when we talk about incompatibility in behavior? What we mean is that the parties the behaviors are not compatible. There are things that serve as lines within the parties. So conflict is seen when there is incompatibility in behavior. Now, what are the causes of this incompatibility in behavior? Number one cause of this incompatibility in behavior, which is conflict, is resources. Resources. How many of us knows that resources can also be a source of conflict? Resources. How many of us knows that resources could be a source of conflict? Now, I have money. Somebody also want to take out of the one that I'm having. That is resources. My food, we are fighting over our food. That is resources. We no go gree. The Niger Delta resources, agitation for resource control. That is resources. The country is looking for there should be a sharing allocation formula. That is resources. We are fighting over money. We are fighting over one resource or the other. Oh, it is our land. People must also reciprocate in our land. That is resources. Are we getting it? So resources has been one of the basic causes of conflict. Please, can you give us examples of other resources that you think causes conflict?
Materials.
Good afternoon, sir.
Material,
Property.
property,
Money.
so money. So these are some of the examples of resources resources in conflict. Another examples of causes of conflict is value-based differences. Values-based differences. What do we mean by value? Now, you know, from our primary school and our secondary school, we were told that culture is a way of life, meaning that I have my own ways of life. You too also have your own ways of life. Now, when you now have a situation where my ways of life is different from your own ways of life, and I'm trying to force you to adopt my own ways of life, there is bound to be incompatibility in behavior. Are we getting it? Now, my
Yes,
own
sir.
ways of life is I like listening to music. The music must be high. Everything must be, that is my own ways of life. You just like to put something on the earphone. Is the way of life not different? It's different. Now, let's also move beyond that. In my place, when in my church, when we are praying, we pray, we just pray small, small. Some, they have to shout. That is way of life. Another one is my religion is different from yours. Our own ways of life in our own religion is different from another religion. Another thing is uh my my ethnic group, where I came from, where I come from, our own ways of life is also different. Like our own now, if you see an elderly person, we have to prostrate. But in other clime, when you see an elderly person, you shake the hand. That is conflict. So on the basis of that, we said because of the values, the peculiarities, things that are connected with a particular set of person, that there is bound to be conflict because of the value differences. Are we getting it, please?
Yes,
So,
sir.
number one, we have talked about resources. Number two, we have talked about value differences. Another thing that we can also talk about is psychological needs. My needs, I have my own needs, they are different from yours. And when you look at these kind of things, we now discover that it looks like, what is all this? It means, he said he wants to go to school. Is it school? After all, there are people that even they finish from school, no certificate. Some finish, no job. This one is saying he wants to go to school, he wants this, he wants this, he wants this, he wants this. That is the need. There are differences in needs. So when your need is different from mine, there is also bound to be conflict. Are we getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, another one is mismanagement of information, which some of us may call, did I send you? Mismanagement of information, when you try to twist one information. I told you, I said, you people told me that I have two links. They said that's how that lecturer is. That's how he has been doing. He said there was a mistake. He intentionally did that. If you see what he was, he was telling us some things before getting to, and that was not it. So the next thing, you people, you talk about aproko. That is the aproko. When you see somebody changing the information, manipulating information, manipulating messages, we say that person is going to cause conflict, and we say it is mismanagement of information. Another one that we could also talk about as causes of conflict. The one we could also talk about as causes of conflict is competition and contestation. We are competing for power. PDP, APC, LP, ADC. Can you see the way they are competing? Competing for power, competing for a slot. Oh, I must get it, I must get it, you must get it. Competition and contestation for power. Now, as a result of this competition and contestation for power, there is bound to be conflict. There is bound to be incompatibility in behavior. Some say it must be to 2027. Now do or die. Oh, that is competition. He's saying do or die because he's trying to compete. I must get it. That is competition and contestation. So far we have talked about causes of conflict, and we have looked at one of the causes of conflict is resources. Another one is psychological need. Another one is value-based difference. Another one is mismanagement of information. And another one is competition and contestation. Are we getting it? Now, let's move beyond that. Let's move to types of conflict. When we talk about types of conflict. Now, when we talk about types has to do with different, how did we see conflict? Now, basically, there are two types. We have intra and inter. Intra may be intra-group, intrapersonal. Intergroup, interpersonal. Are we getting it?
Yes, sir.
Just give me some few seconds, I'm coming.
Sorry, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So we can have intra-group, intergroup, interpersonal, intrapersonal. And I know many of us knows that we have international. We have international and also we have national conflict. So basically, we look at types of conflicts from intra and inter. Now, intra means within. How many of us knows that even within myself now, I have conflict? How did I get conflict even within myself? They say conflict is with the parties. Even within myself, I'm having conflict. How I got my own conflict? Oh, this morning, the way I look at one of my staff, the way he's behaving, he's just behaving somehow. Well, I look at it, well, maybe I should just tell him that I don't like his attitude. There's something within me saying, why would you don't be saying those kind of things again? Now there are conflicting things within me about that my staff. Are you getting it? There are conflicting statements conflicting things which I'm having about that my staff. That is what we refer to as intra and intrapersonal conflict. Within myself, I am having some conflict, intrapersonal. Are we getting it?
Yes,
Now, for interpersonal, Sorry, I have somebody. No, this is HOD's office, and so you'll be having visitors. So thank you. So let's go back. So we have within myself, there are conflicting information coming in and out within myself. So there is intrapersonal conflict. Now, interpersonal between Joseph and Abdul, both of them, they don't even like to see themselves. We don't know where they got their own mess from. This one talks, this one will talk. The moment Abdul talk like this, Joseph will just raise another thing. All these things, that is interpersonal. Inter, between Joseph. Joseph is a person. Abdul is also a person. Are we getting it? Now, let's move to group. We can have intra-group. Like now, within an ethnic group, you also still find some groups within an ethnic group. In a religion, you can also still find some groups within a religion. How many of us are aware of that? Like now, for Christianity, we have Pentecostal, we also have Orthodox. We also have different groups in Islam too, Islamic religion. So all these groups, that is within a group, that is where we are having all these groups. So anything that's happened within that group, we call it intra-group. If there is a conflict between Pentecostal and Orthodox churches, we call it intra-group because they all belong to Christian community. That is one. If there is a conflict between Christians and Muslims, we call it inter-group because it's between one religion and another.
Bye-bye.
Now, if there is a conflict between an ethnic group and another group, we said inter. Within, we call it intra. I will get it. Now, let's move to that. Let's move to another one. When we talk of at international scene, we also have international conflict. When a conflict happens between a state and another state, in international relations, we usually refer to, instead of calling it country, they call it states. So when a conflict happens between one state and the other, we call it international conflict. How many of us knows that? Now, when we also talk about national within a state, within a country, let me come to your level. So that is what we refer to as different types of conflict. So in a nutshell, when we talk of the types of conflict, we talk about intra and inter, intrapersonal, intragroup, interpersonal, intergroup. That is for the types of conflict. Now let's move into dimensions of conflict. When we talk of the dimensions, we talk about, is it a religious dimension? Is it an industrial dimension? For instance, they say NSC said they are going on strike. If NSC is going on strike, that is industrial conflict. That's an industrial action. NURTW, between one motor park, they say between, what did they call them? Road and, what is the other one?
Road and national.
And national. That is an industrial conflict. They say road people are attacking national. That is an industrial because it has to do conflict that happens in a place of work, in a work setting. That is industrial conflict, organizational conflict. I'm talking of dimension now. Dimension is different from causes. Causes is different from types. I'm talking of dimension now. So when we talk of that, we said, this is industrial. Now, another dimension is we've talked about, we can see religious dimension. Religious dimension of conflict. People, there are cases that has to do with religion. We say is religion dimension. Another one, like what happens when we had amnesty, before we had amnesty in Niger Delta, is environmental conflict. The dimension of conflict in Niger Delta was basically on environment. Are we getting in? Now, in some cases, we have conflicts where we talk about ethno-religious conflict, whereby, like we had issues like that. I think we had before in Kaduna State. We also had in whereby on the basis of religion, on the basis of ethnicity where you came from, they also use that in creating some opera that is ethno-religious. So these are different dimensions of conflict. I hope you are getting it, because the reason why I'm trying to come to this level is that I'm aware that there are students that are not from social science. I'm also aware that there are students that are science-based. I'm aware that there are students from agriculture, and I'm also aware that there are some from sciences and education. So I have to come to your level where every one of us will be able to get what we are talking about. Yes, somebody is disturbing our class, so should I call your name? Don't unmute yourself. Please don't disturb our class. I'm looking for the person. So I think we are getting it now. The next thing that we have to talk about is outcomes of conflict. How many of us knows that it is not all conflict that are bad? Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
That not all conflicts that are bad.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Did you agree that not all conflicts that are bad?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Yes, sir.
Meaning that it is also expected that it is also expected that conflict must occur. If not all conflicts are bad, meaning that some conflicts are beneficial. Did you agree that some conflicts are beneficial? That
Yes,
as a
sir.
result of conflicts,
Yes,
you derive some benefit comes in.
Of course.
Not all conflicts are bad. So, in a nutshell, there are different outcomes of conflict. But basically, we'll be looking at two outcomes of conflict. We'll be looking at two outcomes of conflict. Number one outcomes of conflict is constructive. Constructive outcome. Now, when we talk of constructive outcome, we talk about a conflict that brings about a positive change. A conflict that brings about a positive change is what we refer to as a constructive outcome. Now, I have a friend in our school here. That my friend is not serious. So he will not come to class. He'll just be doing his own. He will be playing game and be doing all sorts of things. And the mother really loves me. Each time they come, they will give me gifts. I said, how can this thing be happening to the son? And I will not tell the mother that my friend is not serious. So please, ma, help us talk to him. So I now pick a call. I now call my friend's mother. That ma, he said, how are you? I said, I'm fine, sir, ma, all those one. I just say, oh, I hope there's no problem. You and your friend, how are you? I said, we are fine. I said, okay, ma, what really happened was that I just want to inform you. My friend has not been coming to class. Some of our classes, he will not come. You ask him, why is he not coming? He will not give any better excuse or any better reason why things like that happen. So the parents now confronted my friend. My friend now said, who told you that I was not in class? He now said, it's your friend. As a result of that, my friend now boycotted me. He doesn't want to talk to me that because I reported him. You know, but what I discovered that you see him now coming to class. You see him doing his assignment as a result of the report that I gave to the parents. However, he's not happy with me. As the conflict has yielded a positive change. That is the implication. Are you getting it? The conflict between me and my friend has made my friend to have a new change of life, meaning that it has brought about a constructive outcomes in the lives of my friend. Please, can we have examples of constructive outcomes of conflict, whereby some things happens, even though those things led to disagreement, you were able to settle it and everybody was able to identify, everybody now has a change of life. Please, can we have one or two examples?
All these salary wages, increments of payments, then, I mean minimum wages rather.
Okay.
All the workers are they were on strike just for the government to increase their salary. Can you hear me, sir?
How has that brought about constructive change in the attitude of the parties?
Sir, excuse, sir, what can we call this, sir? What can you say about this? What this lady in UK, this Kemi Badnoff said about a student that was cheating in exam hall. Then she reported to the school authority. As a, can we call that one a constructive?
And when they reported to the school authority, it now led to the relation. They now had a broken relationship with his friend, Abi.
Yes, because the friend was expelled from the school.
But the friend has a new turnaround.
I don't really, as a, I didn't follow it up to that, but I'm just asking if that can we
I'm only
categorize that
asking
to a constructive?
for you when there is a conflict that led to the other parties turning into another new life. Can we look at any national conflict, any conflict that has happened in Nigeria, which has resulted into a constructive conflict? Now, let me give you one example. During the fuel crisis, during when the federal government increased the cost of NSC went on strike, and as a result of that, NSC told government that they want CNG, that it is CNG that government should invest into. That even though you cannot pay minimum wage, correct minimum wage, even though you cannot do this, please provide CNG. And that CNG, there were arguments for and against. Some people said that it will burn the whole house. Some people said it will affect the climate change. There are many things about CNG, but today we are using CNG. So the conflict between Nigerian Labour Congress and federal government of Nigeria has resulted into the use of CNG, which is beneficial to every Nigerian today. Because I know for Uber drivers, when they fill in their CNG tank, they can easily use it for as many times as possible. Are you getting what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
So the conflict between Nigerian Labour Congress and federal government on the cost of fuel has led to adoption of CNG. If not because of labor, you will not hear about CNG. How many of us knows about CNG until labor came and told us that there is need for CNG? The government says they are not going to reduce the fuel pump price. How many of us are aware of CNG? Maybe it's only a few of us that knows what CNG is all about. But as a result of the conflict between Nigerian Labour Congress on minimum wage and the federal government of Nigeria, we now have adoption of CNG as an alternative to petrol. Are we getting it? Meaning that conflict has led to a constructive outcomes. Are we getting what we are saying? So in this respect, we talked about constructive change. When there is a positive change coming out or serving as the product of a conflict, we refer to that as a positive change, and we refer to that as a constructive outcomes of conflict. In other words, not all conflicts are destructive. There are conflicts that are beneficial to individuals. There are conflicts that brings about a positive change to everyone. Are we getting it in that respect? So number one outcome of a conflict is constructive outcomes, constructive change, positive change. Another outcome that we could also talk about as one of the outcomes of conflict is destructive outcome. Now, that destructive outcome is violence. Violence has to do with injury. Violence has to do with attack. Are we getting it? Because you may also be asked in your TMA that these are synonymous words with violence, destructive, whether they can put destructive, constructive, or those ones. Violence is a destructive act of conflict. The moment another person is raising hand on another person is resulting into violence. The moment there is a clash that leads to injury, we say there is a violence. So another destructive outcomes of conflict is violence. Now, as students, as graduates of Open University in this course, it is expected that you know that not all conflicts are bad. But when a conflict is being pushed to destructive action, you run away from such conflict. However, when a conflict will bring about a positive change, let me put that person off. Who is the fellow? Let me look for the person. So when a conflict is bringing a positive change, we said the conflict is constructive. When it's destructive, life will go, blood will flow. That is destructive acts of conflict, and that is what we call violence. So these are some of the things you need to know in our introduction for the course for today. How many of you have been able to gain one or two things in this course? In today's lecture?
Yes, that's been a nice one, sir.
Can
Can you hear me,
Yes,
sir? Hello,
Yes,
sir.
It's
Very
nice.
nice.
Okay, I wanted to ask a question. Please, can you throw more light on dimension of conflict? Is it
Yes,
that
there
you're
are
trying to say
different dimensions.
yes, is it that you're saying that dimension of conflict is the kind of the way of conflict or types of conflict?
No. When you talk of types, you talk about intra, inter, intrapersonal, interpersonal, intragroup, intergroup,
Okay.
international, national. These are types. When you talk of
Okay, sir.
dimension, various ways in which you can see in which conflict is being seen.
Okay,
Those
the
ways
ways in which
include religious
okay.
dimension, environmental dimension, industrial dimension, ethnic dimension. These are different ways in which you could see them, but it's different from types.
All right, sir. Noted. Thank you, sir. It's well understood.
Have you been able to get anything?
No, sir.
Your line is breaking, sir.
Conflict be totally eradicated. Can conflict be totally
Please, can you come
eradicated in
again?
our
The line was breaking.
Huh?
Repeat your
Can we
question, sir.
eradicate conflict?
Partially.
No, sir. No, sir.
The line
The
is
answer
breaking,
is no.
sir.
I think it cannot be totally eradicated. It can be managed.
Now, let me shock you. Conflict is inevitable in any society. The moment you have one or two persons living in a particular place, there must be conflict. So,
Sure.
when you see conflict happening in your church, in your environment, in your estate, anywhere, knows that just be aware that that is part of life. Conflict is part of life. Conflict is part of life, and everyone must absorb it as part of life. However, it is expected that everyone must knows how to manage it. Hence, the need for this course that we are taking. So you are all welcome to the class. So we are getting to the close of today's class. My name is Dr. Taiwo Philip Orebi. I'm your facilitator for this course. And by next week we continue with the course. Do we have questions, or do we have any area that we need to clarify on?
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Question.
I don't have a question, but I want to draw your attention to our discussion forum. We can't access any of the discussion forum, but it is there. The questions are there, but we cannot attempt them. Please, if there's anything you can do about it. Thank you, sir.
How many of you have experienced that?
Same
I
here.
did though. He's saying not
Almost
central.
everybody.
Same
Almost
here.
all of you.
It's
not
not
the same.
central.
Same here.
Almost all of them. Southwest, even
It's not
Southwest.
open to all regions.
Southwest.
Southwest, yes. Southwest too, yes.
It's not even displaying.
Northwest, sir.
You are not seeing anything.
Not
Yes,
the
sir.
same.
You saw the question,
South of
but we can't
Southwest.
log in.
Question is there, sir, but we cannot attempt it.
But the
You
Southwest
cannot access the question from Southwest. Cannot access any question.
Can't attempt it at all.
I think it's not
Do we
even
have
on
people that have
discourse.
attempted their own?
Nobody.
Nobody, sir.
Charlie on all courses.
Yes.
On all courses, all
It's
my
not
own.
open. No,
All
the
courses.
GST course.
All my courses have not been able to
The
access
GST
anyone.
course.
Can we just talk
Not
one after the
open.
other?
Is it
Sir.
on all courses, all my
No,
own
let's
course?
streamline to your own course.
All courses, all
Let's
courses.
streamline to your own course.
No, if it's all courses, it means it's the school that
All of them,
it's the
sir.
time for you to start as not.
Not all. My own
Let's
portal.
Hello, we
streamline
are
to
all
your
adults.
own. The
Can we
general
just
course
talk
is
one after the other? Can we
not
manage this?
affected.
One
Sir, I
after
need them
the
to be
other.
speaking one by one.
Hello.
One after the other. We
Sir,
cannot all be
the
talking at the
course,
same time now.
sir, the regions is not open to all regions.
This is how we got
What I can
confused.
see mine is not
Okay, I will call the
not
person
central.
in charge to look into it.
How many type of courses we did here?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'll call the person before next week. You will have access to them.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
So thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming. Until next week.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir. Bye.
Uh,
Hello,